everyone, I am so excited to film today's video, and a little side note, I recently got a new camera, so hopefully everything looks fine, the sound's good and all of that. It's kind of a fancier camera than I'm used to, so hopefully everything looks good. I'm still learning it. But I wanted to do today's video is recently I started part of the Sewrella Summer Make-Along, which launched on Friday the 11th. I had to think about my dates for a second. And I thought I would kind of go on the journey with you guys and show you guys what I'm making and just give you guys weekly updates on my progress, how I'm doing with my project. And I just thought it'd be kind of a fun way, especially if you guys are participating in the make-along, we can kind of help keep each other, I guess, maybe accountable in a way of like not giving up, because I know me, I will work on a sweater for a couple weeks and all of a sudden I'll be like, I'm good, I'll take a break and work on something else. So that's what I mean for myself accountable. Maybe not everyone struggles with that, but it is a 6-week make-along and I'm really hoping to finish my project in the 6-week time frame. I am making a short sleeved polo, which I'll be talking about in just a few minutes, but I'm really excited. All it is you just have to participate by using one of Sewrella's summer colorways that they sell during the season, and you can use any pattern, you can make anything. You don't have to make a sweater, you can make an accessory or something like that, even a hat. You don't have to make a big project. So it's just kind of a fun way just to create a community, and I think that's great that they're trying to create that, especially sounds like the owner, she has a heart for that. So I was so excited I had to participate, and I'm going to show you guys what I am making. So I am making, the pattern is I think it's, oh, I don't really know how to pronounce it. It's like the Lunan, I think is how you say it. I'll have a picture right here for you guys to see it, and also of course I'll have it linked down below. So why I picked this pattern was, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I am a fan of Taylor Swift, and whenever the photo released of her announcing that she now owns her masters, I really loved the shirt she was wearing, and I know I'm not the only knitter out there that loved the shirt she was wearing. It was a beautiful periwinkle poloed knitted shirt, and I think it was more quarter length than short sleeved. It was so pretty on her and I love the color. Goal of mine is to make that one day, but I did not want to make that type of shirt quite now because it did look a little bit on the thicker side, and I live in Texas and it is July. It's extremely hot here and we do not have very long seasons of coolness. It's very much warm here, and so I thought maybe I would want to make something like that where it looks like it's a little bit more of a thicker material. I might wait to make that in something in more of fall and winter than right now, but I wanted to make some sort of polo shirt that I could wear in like the spring and summer. So that's where I actually I favored this pattern, I think it was a few months ago, and anytime I kind of like, I don't know what to make, I just go through my favorites on Ravelry and see like what catches my eye, and I figured I probably had some sort of polo shirt in my favorites, and I did, and this is the one. I really love the ribbed pattern. It just adds a little bit of texture but not being over too much with the polo kind of being the main showstopper in my mind. There is an option in the pattern to make it without a polo, the polo collar, so it's just a normal t-shirt look, as I'm wearing a polo shirt right now. So I was thinking like, why not make that? It will also kind of give me a little bit of experience on creating that type of collar for a polo, and so whenever I make the one maybe later on, it might kind of help guide me a little bit. So that's the pattern I decided to choose. I'm gonna make mine short sleeved, and I am excited about it because I've not actually made a short sleeved shirt before. So I'm really excited about that. So I think how I'm going to set up the videos for this series is I think I'm going to make a video, because this is kind of like my prep video, even though I've already started it. And so then at the end of each week, I'll do an update of like what I got done during that week, so you guys can kind of see where I'm at in it. And so there'll be a total, I think, of 7 videos. So the prep one, and then the 6 videos of each week, week 1 through week 6. So I can show you guys what yarn I chose. So like I said, you have to use Sewrella's Summer yarn, her kind of seasonal yarn. So this is the color I picked. And this is in the shade Chow. And so this is kind of a different blend than I normally would buy. Typically I buy from her, I mean, I guess I kind of buy a variety of yarn from her, but sorry if you can hear that moaning, that's my dog. She's sleeping right here. So I've bought her cashmere sock, her nylon sock. I've got a lot of different of her kind of more fingering weight yarn, and this is no exception to that. This is also a fingering weight, and this is her cotton linen wool, and I think this might be just a summer type fiber. I want to say base. I'm looking for base. I think this is more of what this is. So it kind of caught my eye because I read in her description about how breathable this is, and I thought that'd be a good type of fiber to use, especially with it me wanting this to be kind of more of a spring summery type shirt. And I mean, who doesn't love a Kelly green right now? I feel like you kind of see this color everywhere. I know it's probably more on the trendy side than anything, but I do love the color, the Kelly green type thing. And that's actually how they describe this, is a sporty Kelly green. And so I had to get it, and I did not cake up this one because I wanted to show you guys it all in its normal hank and everything. And they actually recently redid their labels, and they're just so pretty. It's just so pretty. And then I am using, if you guys are curious, I like to see people's project bags. I am using this one that I also got from Sewrella. If you can't tell, I'm a huge Sewrella fan, partly because every time I get yarn from them, I just fall in love with it, honestly. Like, it's just, their collections are so pretty. I always kind of, their collections I'm interested in. They've done Disney collections. I'm a huge Disney fan. They've done very like delicate, very feminine collections, which I'm also a really big fan of. So their collections always speak to me, and so I always tend to buy a lot of their yarn. If you're kind of like, oh my goodness, she always mentions Sewrella, I'm just a huge fan, honestly. And this bag I got from them a while back with their Disney collection, and it just says the happiest yarn on earth. So it's just a cute little Disney bag. So I did have to go down a needle size. No shocker there. I tend to always be on the loose end when it comes to knitting. I just think knitting relaxes me, so I just tend to have a looser grip on my yarn and my needles, and so that's just kind of how it is. This pattern was a little bit unique because it just said this is the size and a size smaller for the ribbing. But it said like to use this size for what I'm doing right now, which is the back. I'm a little confused on sizing for like length of the cord because I didn't see that mentioned in the pattern, but maybe I need to go back and read it a little bit better. So I just grabbed a 24-inch cord circular needle, and this is the Chiago. It's the size 1.5. Like I said, I have to use very tiny needles because I'm a very loose knitter, and that is a 2.5 millimeter. So this is the packaging to my needles because I already started the actual project. And so what else could I show you guys? I guess I could show you guys where I'm at on it. I'm not very far on it, and as always, I'm one of the old-fashioned knitters. I always have a notepad. Always. I don't know why I cannot use any of the online counters. I've tried, and I just hate lugging around my phone or my iPad with me all the time. I'm already attached to them enough. I don't need more reason to carry around my iPad and my phone. So I always use a good old-fashioned notebook. So this little notebook's just one from Walmart that I got, and then one of these little Papermate pins, which I do like because they're colorful. But yeah, so this is how I keep track of my rows, and I try to keep track of my rows in very good detail because I'm always worried that's going to be like go back and match the same amount of rows. So I tend to keep track of rows even if it's just measuring just for the sake of it. But now I can actually show you guys. So, oh my goodness, it's stuck. I have stitch markers on it. Okay. Oh no. Okay. So here it is. So as you can tell, I have 2 yarns attached to it. I am alternating every 2 rows with my yarn, and then in a few days I'm going to cake up this one and I'll incorporate the 3rd one also. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that because I really don't want to have 3 yarns attached at all times. So I don't know if I'm just with each section kind of rotating between all of the hanks, just because since it is hand dyed, I don't want any like distinction between all of them. They all, to the eye, like holding all 3 up, they all do look the same, but just to kind of make it where there's no like, oh, you can totally tell like that's a completely different skein, I just kind of tried to alternate between all different hanks. So if you're curious, I do have some stitch markers. I don't know if you can see that, or if it's kind of blurry. There's like a little rose here and then a little castle here. These are just from my Beauty and the Beast stitch markers that I got from the Sexy Knitter a while back. But this is what it just looks like at this moment. It's not very big. So this is just the back. And right now I am increasing, and then I'll work, I think it's like after I'm increasing, I think I increased for a while. I then work it just flat, and then I separate for, I think I start creating the armholes. I believe that's what happened. But yeah, this is the back. So it's very, very pretty. I love the yarn, like the texture of the yarn. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, you can kind of see that. I'm still working with the focus on the camera. It is very, very pretty, like the way the yarn is working up, so I do like that. I'm very, very excited about that. So like I said, I am going to make another video in about a week. Right now it's Sunday. The knit along started on Friday, so I'm a couple days in. I've not knitted today. I did not knit yesterday. I only knitted Friday evening. But I'm going to film next weekend, kind of week 1 of, hey, this is what I got done in week 1, and then we can all kind of compare notes, especially if you are participating in the Summer Make-Along by Sewrella. So I just thought it'd be kind of a fun way for us all just to kind of have a sweet little community on this channel, and you guys can kind of keep up to date, you can keep me up to date on what you guys are working on, and we just can kind of have our own little knitting group virtually. So I just thought it'd be kind of a fun way for us to do that. But yeah, so that is it for this video. Like I said, I'll see you guys in a week, and hopefully I'll have a lot more than this, and I won't be like, guys, I didn't get any knitting done. I also start a new job this week, so I don't know how much knitting I'm gonna get done just because of kind of that transition, but hopefully I'm gonna get a little bit done at least. Hopefully, crossing our fingers. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!